In this video, we'll discover what layers are and why we use them in Illustrator. In fact, layers are like transparent folders for managing contents. It can contain different types of contents. Shapes, images, text, or any type of content can be used to make an artwork design. So, layers are arranged in a stack in the Layers panel. It gives you the possibility to easily manage your content by showing and hiding it, locking it, and more. Now, to open the Layers panel, come up to the menu and click on Window, then Layers. Or you can come over to the right of the document and click on the Layers panel. Here, with this artwork, I have 5 layers. So, to see the contents of a layer, you can click the arrow to the left of the layers form. Now, I click the arrow for the first beer, and as you see, all the parts making up my beer are listed in the layer. So, the contents of each layer are listed by stacking order. It means the content towards the top of the list is in fact placed in front of the content beneath it. To hide the layer's content, again click on that arrow. This eye icon can be used to show up or hide the content of a layer. For example, if you need to work on one content without affecting the others, use the eye to hide all the artwork except the one you need to work on. So, I click on this eye icon and I realize that the beer is hidden now. Now, I get it back by clicking again on the eye icon. The layers in a document can be also reordered. For instance, I press and drag the tooled beer straight down. When the blue line appears below, I release the mouse. The beer is now placed behind the background, so the result is what you see here. Now, I click on the eye icon to the left of the background to hide it. And as you see, my beer is always here. Now, I click on the icon to the left of the background to get it back. So, the order of the layers determine the order of the content in your document. The upper layer is on top of all the other contents, and the bottommost content is behind all of them. There is another thing, the layers has also associated colors. The layers color is useful when selecting content in the document. For example, the background has a yellow associated color, so if I click on content from the background layer, at the artwork, I can see yellow surrounding the content I selected. So, it allows you to determine which content you are currently working on. Learning how to use layers makes managing content in your document faster and easier. So, I'll use this poster as a simple project to create a new layer and add artwork to that layer and then change some properties for the layer. So, I come over to the window menu and I select layer to open the layers panel. Here, we have one layer with layer 1 as a default name. I can change the layer's name, so I click at the name and I write picture. I press enter or return to validate. Changing layer's name can make it easier to keep track of which content is in which layer. To a project, you can add as many layers as you want. So, to add a layer, come down to the bottom of the layers panel on the right and click on create new layer button. A new layer is added to the layers panel with the generic name as layer 2. I change the name to line. Selecting a layer and drawing something tells Illustrator the content you add to your document must be listed on this layer. So, to add a content to this new layer, with the layer selected, I select the line segment tool from the tools panel on the left and I draw a line here so that it becomes the trunk for this tree. A little red box appears in the right side of the layer. It indicates that this layer contains a shape that is currently selected. Now I come up to the menu above and I click select, then deselect to deselect the line I have just created. There is another thing, if I click in this blank area to the right to the eye icon in the layer, a padlock appears to tell you that the layer is getting locked now. So, being like that, I can't modify it. So, to lock a layer helps you focus on editing other contents without affecting layered content being locked. So, it helps you avoid accidentally modifying content that is not supposed to be touched. When the panel locks, this pencil icon tells you that you can't create content on this selected layer. But if I click to select the picture layer, I can freely draw or modify content. So, I add a branch to this tree and it's okay. Being able to add and rename layers helps you to organize and manage your content in Illustrator, because it's very useful, especially when you are working on a complex artwork that contains multiple objects and elements. And now, in this example, we'll see how to move content from one layer to another and see the use of the assigned colors for layers and to easily find content in the layers panel. So, to make sure that you see all of the content of the document, choose View, Fit All in Window. After that, to open the layers panel, come up to the menu and click on Window, then Layers. In the layers panel that opens in the right, note that the contents of this artwork are listed in two layers. One layer contains the background, and the second contains the four bears. Now, what I'm going to do is rename layer 6 and give it the name layer 1. To do this, I double click at the name and change it to layer 1 and press enter or return to make that change. To create a new layer, I come down and click on the create new layer button at the bottom of the layers panel. So, a new layer named layer 3 is added above the selected layer named layer 1. For that new layer, I'll change its name to layer 2. For instance, we have three layers, one containing the background, the second containing the bears, and the third that is empty. So, what I'm going to do is move contents from layer named layer 1 to the empty layer. Now, with the selection tool selected, I select one bear, and as you see, it's selected with the sign color surrounding it. This color is assigned to layer 1, which is also selected in the layers panel. It means that the content I selected is located in layer 1. And we have also this little sign square on layer 1. That is called the selection indicator. To move the content from layer 1 to layer 2, I click and drag the little size square straight up to layer 2. When a green box appears, I let go the mouse. As you can see, the content now is located on layer 2 and its assigned color is green now. It's just like the layers 2 assigned color. To hide the content on layer 2, click on the eye icon. You can see that our bear is hidden now. To show the content again, click on the blank area where the eye icon was on layer 2. Now, we'll see how to find content in the layers panel. So, I select the shape and I click on the locate object button at the bottom of the layers panel. The content is now showing, and it tells me where exactly the content is located at the stacking order of the layers panel. So, I can see if it is on top or below other artworks. It means it's placed in front of or behind that artwork. At last, I click the arrow here to hide the layers 2 content. So I can keep the layers panel more neater and to have easily access to all of the layers. Now that you know how to manage the content in your document using the layers panel, you can better organize your artwork in whatever way makes sense to you.